Shots of Ahmed Ustina testing his accessible seafaring technology in the Bay Area and using it to solo kayak across the Bosphorus Strait from Istanbul.
There's a story my mom used to read me about a pirate with one blind eye. And I was thinking, wow, this guy has one blind eye and he's an awesome pirate. If he can do it with one blind eye, I can do better with two blind eyes. And it used to irritate me a lot when people say, oh, you are so brave, or you are so inspirational. I used to think, I'm just crossing a street. What is so brave or inspirational about this? My project, I would say 90% of it is actually putting it together, and then the last 10% is the final product, crossing and testing it on Bosphorus. I have two parallels with boulders attached to my life jacket. So one on the right, one on the left. So now I set my course. Okay, this is south 178 degrees. So it is not just crossing one point to another. Maybe blind people need some recreational activities, have fun in life. And when we talk about recreation and fun, usually people think that every blind person is a musician and they do mostly passive or it's not very active things. Okay, now as long as you hear this beat coming from the box, that is your own fault. You feel free in the water.
So I understand Ahmed's from 8th and Mission right here in San Francisco too. So Ahmed Ustinel, thank you.
Ahoy everyone! This is Ahmed the Blind Captain. I'm an ocean lover, a kayaker, an outdoor enthusiast, and a teacher. Are there any kayakers or sailors or surfers or anyone who loves water in the crowd? Can I hear? Awesome. Great. Well, as far as I can remember, I loved water. And growing up, I was a very active and independent kid. I loved finding ways to make activities accessible for myself. For example, I used to swim a lot, and I loved swimming alone by using my radio as an audio beacon. And I used to put my radio on the shore or on the boat with a blasting music and swim out until I could barely hear the music and came back, finding my way back, following the sound. It works great until someone thinks you are wasting your batteries and decides to help you by turning it off and leaving you in the water with no clue about how far you are from the shore, which direction you need to swim, and where you left your clothes and your cane. So, help is a complicated thing. I still do. I still do many water activities, and I still love making things accessible for myself and for others as well. And kayaking is my passion. Inspired by self-driving cars, I started to dream of a kayak that I can paddle solo and crossing the Bosphorus from Asia to Europe solo on my high-tech kayak a while ago. And thanks to the Holman Prize from the Lighthouse, I started to working on my dream project more than a year ago. To pull this off, I knew I needed 4 things: physical strength, mental training, emotional strength, and social support. To get physically ready, I paddled a total of 563 miles before the crossing. So I was in good shape. I was ready. To get mentally ready, I studied maps, charts of the area, learned the currents, wind patterns, planned my route very carefully, so every little detail was engraved in my mind. I was also emotionally ready to handle any kinds of mishaps, even the failure, right? So it's part of the deal. Well, my social support was amazing. I was so lucky to find a wonderful group of people supporting me from the very beginning to the end. After a year of hard work, everything was ready. The engineer who was helping me, Martin Stone, designed and developed the first water navigation system for the blind. It's kind of like an autopilot. It creates a lane from point A to point B on the water and takes you to your destination by telling you which way you need to go. So you can kayak totally 100% independently. So the last day before the crossing, everything looked great. We were in high spirits, everyone was ready. And however, on the morning of July 21st, right before I launched for my dream journey, things started to get out of control. One surprise after another. First, the Coast Guard changed my crossing time. Then the traffic control let me know that instead of 90 minutes, I have only 45 to cross the world's busiest shipping channel. No problem. No problem, it was all good. I knew I could find that current and I could cross that shipping lane before it was flooded with huge tankers. So, another surprise hit me hard before I hit the water. My navigation system, which was working perfectly a day ago, stopped working. Well, I was trying not to panic because I knew if I panic, I'm going to fail. Well, I had studied the area very well, and I knew every buoy, every turn, where to stop, when to move, from start to end. And I also recorded all the waypoints on my backup GPS device, Victor Stream, and I could use my cell phone as a talking compass. And I also had something called Mr. Beep. It was a prototype for this project. So I put all this together in 10 minutes, and the time was ticking. I don't have any 45 minutes anymore. It was 30 minutes. And my live stream stopped working as well. No surprise. Well, anyway, I hit the water, and another shock was waiting for me. Well, there were so many media boats, Coast Guard boats, kayaks on the water following me. Although I told everyone, don't get closer than 200 feet multiple times before they were right next to me, like 10 feet away, cheering and rooting for me, trying to support and help. But again, help is a complicated thing. And they were creating too much noise, creating swells all over the place, and they were preventing me from hearing my devices. So this was supposed to be my dream journey, but everything was going wrong. In half an hour, I had like 5 big surprises. Well, all I could think at that time was paddle as fast as I could and leave all this behind. And I did. When I got to the middle of the shipping lane, I managed to leave all the boats behind me, and it was all quiet, finally. No one was around. And I was between two continents, between Europe and Asia. Right in that moment, I forgot about the tankers that might run me over. I stopped, I took a deep breath, and I thought about what this project actually means. It was a year-long, tremendous work, tremendous effort, but all people think about was the last day, like 5% of it. But behind that, within this year, we created the first navigation system that blind people can use on the water. And the project encouraged a lot of sighted and blind people to try new things, to follow their dreams, to be the captains of their own boat. And it showed the parents of blind people what their children are capable of doing. And we also proved that just like any other public space, water belongs to everyone, including blind people. So people should get used to seeing blind people on the water more and more. With this in my mind, I realized that we already achieved so much, and I relaxed. I set my course, pointed my kayak to Europe, and paddled. When I reached my destination, everyone was so happy. Lots of hugs, cheers, congrats, even tears of joy. It was all amazing. And this was the story in a nutshell. If you want to learn more, the Blind Captain documentary will be released soon, so check it out, please. And now I'm working on a new project, which is a long-distance paddle from Turkey to Cyprus. And I need a wonderful group of team again to be with me. And if you would like to be part of the project, please come find me. There are so many different ways you can participate. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Stay right here.
All right.
Amit, you buoy us up. And you know, that Holman Prize gets under your skin. Amit, before his year was up, was already saying, I can't sit still. I have to think after the Holman Prize what my next thing is and what my thing after that will be. And Amit, that's kind of contagious. So, from the team of the Lighthouse and the Holman Prize, I'd like to award you the 2018 Holman Medal.
Thanks so much. Thank you, Brian.
Congratulations.
My pleasure.
I lost my cane.
Here it is.
There you go.